let's chat about my favorite fountain pens and inks. Since the beginning of August, I've been using this planner from sterlingink. It's common planner in N1 size. It's full year. Look at the chunk. And since this planner has Tomoe River paper, I've been able to go back to using my fountain pens, which make me very happy. And part of the reason why I'm loving using this planner, I've been in it since beginning of August, as I mentioned, and we're mid-September, and I'm loving it. And I'm seriously considering using the same planner in 2026. So now let's chat about the pens that I've been using in here. Some of them are old, some of them are recently acquired, and also the inks that I'm using with them. So while we talk about the pens, let's actually open my planner to one of the empty pages so we can sample some of the pens. And not all of them have ink, so we're going to try out the ones that do. As you can see, I've been testing my pens here, ink ones, gel ones, ballpoint ones, also markers, as I'm introducing them to my planner to make sure that, they perform as I would like to. As you can see, for example, when I tried my Scrivener pen, also with the ink that came with it, looks like it's very juicy ink because it did get through to the other side, versus all of these pens. As you can see, you cannot even see them on this side. Also tried a couple pens here. They also perform pretty well. This one was a little bit too rich, but I think it's because it's in the medium nib pen. But let's get to the pen specifically. Let me actually clip this. There we go. All right, so in this case here, I'm carrying the pens that I'm actively using with this planner right now. It is a very small case and fits basically 6 pens, and I think it's perfect because then I'm able to carry just what I need and not more. So as you can see here, I have 6 writing instruments right now. 3 of them are fountain pens and 2 of them are markers, and 1 of them is an ink pen right here. So fountain pens, I have 2 TWSBIs. This one is in the medium nib and this one is in fine nib. This one is Jinhao clickable. I believe it is Jinhao. Yes. And out of markers, I have a mild liner here. I've switched up the color from August. And I also have a hoo-hoo here, and I'm using it just for its dot end, and it's only for my habit tracking. And then I also have a Pilot G-Tech, and I'm using this for my planner side of my planner, and I'm using my fountain pens for my journaling side of the planner. So as far as the fountain pens that we see in this case specifically, this pen right here, I've had it for many years. I want to say 7, 8. I would need to look through my records to see when I purchased it. I bought this from Golay Pens, so it's been a very long time. This one is very recent. My husband bought it for me, I believe, for Christmas. And then this one I bought for myself literally maybe a month or 2 ago. I actually had a different one because I'm sure a lot of us had a wishful desire for vanishing point, but it's very expensive. So when I was looking on Amazon, I found one that looked like it, and it was by Jinhao. And actually this first one, when I found it, was by a different maker. I believe this one was one by Majan Moonman. There we go. Yeah, so Majan Moonman. As you can see, it's very similar to this one. Let me take it out so we can compare. They are very similar. I would not be surprised if they're made in literally same factory. I mean, you can see that very, very similar. This one has a little bit of ribbing on this detail here. This one has a clip, and this one is a clipless. And actually, I like pen without a clip because to me it was kind of weird that clip is here where you're holding the pen. This one I believe is in medium. This one is definitely in fine. And when I got this one, it has a bit of a scratch to it, so as much as I was excited to have a clickable pen, I didn't get to use it because the nib itself was not as smooth as I would have loved it to. But when I got this one, I decided, okay, let me try it again. Let me get it from a different company. let me get it from Jinhao. And the reason also I got it from Jinhao because I had another product from them and I really liked it, so I decided to get this one. It was very inexpensive, so I figured, you know, let me take a chance on it, and this one definitely paid off. It's very smooth. I really enjoy it. It's very easy to reload. I had a different clickable pen, which is in this case here, that's very complex. There are a lot of moving parts inside, versus this one, you know, to fill it up with ink is very easy. It comes with a converter. You just dip it in, you know, get the ink in, put the refill inside, and you're good to go. So let's try this out now. So right now, originally when I got it, I filled it up with one of the Hongdian inks. These are these inks here. These are 60 milliliter bottles, and they were a very good price. I think they're like $10 each. And I feel like these inks are on a thinner side, and because of that they flow so easily. They don't clog up the pen, and they make even my fine pens are not scratchy, because for the longest time I used to use medium nibs only, because finer, anything finer than that was feeling scratchy to me. And now I have a couple of fine nib pens, and I use them with ease because I think of these inks. So at first I got these two colors, so beautiful. This one is teal, this one is blackish green. Even though to me, as you can see, I wouldn't call that teal. To me it's more kind of like sagey stuff going on. This blackish green that appears more to me like bluish black or blackish blue, I guess. But either way, I really like them. And then at first, when I got this pen, I filled it out with one of these inks. I want to say, I think I did it blackish green, or maybe it was teal, and I've written with that. But then recently, especially for September, I wanted to be in brown, so I also got brown ink from Hongdian. Even though, as you can see, this brown is more like sagey brown rather than like a coffee brown, but still it's really nice. So I filled up this pen for September, and now that's what I have in here. So let's choose this clean page, so then we have like a pure presentation of how it writes. Let me tell this. So this one is Jinhao. As you can see, right off the bat, right, I just clicked it off, you know, opened it up, start writing. It's nice and fine. It's dark with this ink, and this one is in fine nib. And you can also see that this fine nib is not as fine as some Japanese pens. As you know, medium versus fine, it's kind of very generalized kind of sizing of nibs, right? Not all pens in fine nib would write the same. In some pens, fine would be medium for other pens, right? But I like this. This is, to me, is perfect, because I feel if it was even more finer than this, it would be too thin and too scratchy. So this is actually perfect, and I got it specifically to write in here because the grid here is 3.7 by 3.5 versus usually I would write in a 5 millimeter grid. So this is actually perfect for this smaller grid. And this one is in Hongdian brown. Beautiful and so nice and smooth. I'm loving it. I'm very tactile person, so if pen is scratchy or if it doesn't feel good, I just won't write in it. Like, I won't be able to get over the fact that it bothers me, you know, when it writes. So definitely loving this pen. So right now it is what I use in my journal side of my planner. Right before that I was using my TWSBI in fine. This is this one. So I use this one in month of August. This one does have the teal ink. I know it's difficult to tell inside of the pen, but that's what's inside of it. And again, I enjoyed it so much. TWSBI is one of those pens that you just cannot go wrong with. I own 3 different TWSBIs and they're all write so wonderfully. As I mentioned, this TWSBI, I've had it for many years. It's I can put ink in it and it will sit in it for like 3 years and never dry, which is beautiful. Speaking of drying, this pen does dry out if you don't use it, so just be mindful of that. But TWSBI, something about the design of the cap, you can have ink in here and it will just sit in there and never dry. So this one is TWSBI, I believe it is Eco. Eco Tea, there we go, and this one is in fine. Again, you can barely hear how I write when I write with it because it's so smooth. Again, you can see how TWSBI is fine and Jinhao fine. I know it's like splitting hairs, but TWSBI's fine is tiny bit thicker than this fine, right? And this one is in Hongdian. This one is teal. So pretty. And this pen is even smoother than this one. I don't know what it is. I think the way the nib is designed, you do feel like you're writing on the top of a ball, so it's very smooth. I love my TWSBIs. And I don't have to tell you, but another great thing about TWSBI is that the barrel is so big. I think it's probably the biggest barrel of all the pens that I have. So if you really love an ink, for example, I see a lot of people would use, for example, archival ink, and that's all they write with. So if you have like one singular ink that you love to write with forever and ever, TWSBI definitely would be a great pen because you can fill it up and then use it for like for a very long time without having to refill. Another pen that I use here was my other TWSBI. So as I mentioned, this TWSBI is in medium, so I was kind of wondering if this one is just Eco. I was wondering if I want to use a wide nib like that in here because I was worried it might leak a little bit. And actually I saw a little bit like this Hongdian. It has a Hongdian brown, same as this one, and you can see that you can kind of see it doesn't bleed, but it's more visible, for example, than inks here, and it's because it's medium. Like you can see that even in fine it shows a little bit, but if you do the same ink in medium, then it definitely shows a little bit more. But again, as a pen, conceptually, I really love this one. I've had it forever and ever, and it never leaked, never broke, never dries, just really great pen. So this is my TWSBI, just Eco in medium, and this one is in Hongdian brown. Oops. Again, another wonderful pen. As I mentioned, I've been really enjoying my time in here because it is Tomoe River paper, and this notebook, I know in recent year or two Tomoe River paper been kind of inconsistent in quality. The notebook that I got is great. All my fountain pen inks here behave really well, so I'm really enjoying using a variety of pens. And that's the reason why I actually acquired a couple new pens, even though I have plenty of pens, as you can see. So on the top of these three, these were two newer ones. This is probably the newest one of all of them. Besides, I have one more pen. This one was from Christmas, I believe, of last year, and this one is like 7-8 years. Another pen I've rediscovered for myself, because that's what happens when you have a lot of pens, especially gifted pens, and then you forget that you have them, is this beauty here. So this one is Hongdian, so same company as these inks. And this one is from 2023. This one was the year of the rabbit. I don't know if you can tell, but there is engraved rabbit right here, and I think there is another one right here. It was special edition. I have this pen actually in two different colors. I have it in red, I believe it's red and gold, and then this blue and silver. Gorgeous, gorgeous pen. This one is in medium nib, but it's not just medium, it's a broad nib, and I loaded it up with, I believe, blackish green one. It is too wide for my liking, definitely too wide for this notebook, but as a pen, as a quality of writing, and it's just like being able to have that variation in ink because it's broader than medium, it's really fun to write with. So this one is Hongdian. And this one is N23. Unfortunately, as you can see, I haven't written with it in a bit, and so it's a bit dry. 1 second. Okay, give it a little bit of squeeze. Let's see if it writes better. There we go. Alright. So when it does write, this one is in medium, broad nib. Oops. You can see, right, how you can see more variegation of the ink because you have a broader ink flow. Like this one you can tell that this one is wider, and this one is in Hongdian blackish green. And you can see, even though it says blackish green, to me it's more like blackish blue, but still beautiful. I like any of these type of colors. So this one was really fun. I definitely would use this in something bigger with 5mm. So maybe like the Hobonichi A5 cousin or something like that. In any paper that takes ink well in like a larger square, definitely would be really fun to write with that. And then another pen that I was really looking forward to using in this one, this is Oaso. This one isn't fine, and this one is also clickable pen. I've been like, ever since I saw Vanishing Point, I've been really wanting to have a clickable pen, and I got several, but not all of them worked out. This also is, again, very inexpensive, came with an additional ink, and also you can get refills, just the little cartridges. I like that this one has this place where you can hold it, so you can hold it correctly under correct angle and therefore get better experience writing. This one, unfortunately, a bit too scratchy for me. I got even a whole bunch of refills for it in like a coffee ink. But I haven't been using it in here because it's not as smooth as these other ones. As you can see, also it skips a little bit. It's in medium and I'm sorry, actually, oops, in fine, in coffee. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's definitely a scratcher, and you can see when it's on the drier side. It is quite possible that I just need a different ink that's more flowy in here. I really like it. I like the color combo, and honestly, I honestly would want to use it or wish to figure out a way to make it smoother. Perhaps I can try the cartridge that can be refilled with pipette and then use one of these inks because they seem to be very smooth and flowy, and see if I can get this guy to use it. Oh, look, and now I got ink on my hand. Yeah, so that definitely should not happen, as you can imagine. So I will need to open and inspect it to see what's going on with it. Look, it's leaking. Put it to the side before it causes any more damage. Now look, now I'm a real fountain pen user with the ink on my fingers. That reminds me of my childhood. Another pen that I recently got was this Kakuno. So this one I think is as classic beginner pen as one can, imagine. And I had my eye on it. I had this one in my jet pens favorites for such a long time. And I don't know why I didn't get it, because it's very, very inexpensive. Maybe because I already had a ton of pens and I thought, why do I need another one? Plus, these are very inexpensive and they come with cartridges, and I really wanted one with a converter so I can use whatever inks I want. And because it's a pilot pen, I should be able to find a converter easily and just put it in here. But for now, that's the one I got it. This one, I believe I got it in fine because I've been trying more fine pens. And this one is very cute. They have them in so many colors, but I got this one because I love blue. And I don't know if you know, but it has a little smiley face here. I don't know if you can see or not, but it's very cute. And this one, I believe the ink in there is just black. And definitely very smooth pen. And that's part of the reasons why I want to get a converter and to use with inks that I want, because I really like the way it writes. It's really nice to hold, very smooth nib. So this one is in fine and in black ink, and that's Pilot. So cute. And already, as you can imagine, have other colors in my favorite list. I'm so bad. And then of kind of not as recent pens that are also great to use in this kind of notebook are these Platinum Preppies. This one is in a special edition, but otherwise it's exactly the same pen. Very inexpensive. Both of these, I think they're like 10 bucks, definitely under 20. They're very, very cheap. This one is in Fine 03. I believe this one is the same size. So this one is has a cartridge that it came with. I like how chunky that nib is, how like the squarish it is. So this is Platinum. This one is very juicy. I mean, look how dark it is. And even though it's fine, I mean, look, compare this fine to this fine, for example. This fine looks more like TWSBI Eco T. Very, very juicy pen for sure. And because of that, it's super smooth, but you have to be careful and not smudge it because it does deposit a lot of ink as it writes. So these are pens that I've been really, really enjoying. They are wonderful in this notebook. As you can see here, all of them perform really well except that Oaso and Coffee, and that's another reason why I haven't been using it, besides the fact that it just leaked on my finger. But all other pens, the ones that I do have here on my left, as you can see, perform really, really well. Even Platinum Preppy, I mean, look how black and dark and juicy that ink is, but you can barely see it here compared to, for example, Hongdian inks. It's something in technology of the ink, right, of how the specific ink is made, performs really well on this paper versus this one was a discount pen with discount ink, unfortunately. But otherwise, all of them do pretty well. I'm really enjoying myself using these pens here. As I mentioned, such fun, especially when your pen has a converter. For those of you who don't know what converter is, let's open this one. It has one, and it's basically this addition here. You snap it into your pen, and then it allows you to fill it up with whatever bottled ink you buy, right? So any color you want, you can put into your pen, versus the ones that come with cartridge, when you kind of stuck with whatever cartridge the maker gave you. Of course, you can find other cartridges, but not every ink color comes in the cartridge form. So sometimes you can find a really fun ink color, but you cannot use it because you need to fill it in. So this is your cartridge, right, that it came with. So usually you see cartridges in general, it's like black, blue, red, green, purple, something like that. Not any like really specific specialty colors. And of course, TWSBI already comes with its own barrel. It doesn't need converter. It obviously does not take cartridges. It already comes this way, and you can fill it up with whatever ink you want. This specific one also came with a converter. There we go, ever so carefully. So that's how the pen looks like. The whole thing gets removed, and then converter is fed inside. It's much smaller converter than on this one, so I have to refill it more often. Also, as I mentioned, it does dry because obviously it's an open end here, even though it's kind of get covered. But at any rate, if you use it consistently, you're fine, because you don't let it dry, you just use it, but then you have to be just mindful of filling it up in time or having ink on you. The other one that I was showing you, I believe it's the same construction because they probably come from the same one. Oh, see, I was wrong. So this one comes with a cartridge. But as I mentioned, these are swappable, so you can take it out and then put converter in, and it will be then you can use it with the ink of your choice. Make sure to put this correctly. There we go. Alright, so these are the pens that I've been really enjoying using because I'm into Moy River paper, fountain friendly notebook now. And now that we're done with that, I'll do a little bit of planning in here because I need to get ready for next week. Alright, so I rearranged the desk a little bit to have all the supplies that I need. I also washed my fingers, so it's a little bit less. I ended up having to soak that pen because there was a bunch of ink inside. Looks like the cartridge was leaking in. So perhaps I need to either look into different type of cartridges or different maker, or get a converter and see if that will work. But that aside, fountain pens aside, let's get back to actually planning in my N1 horizontal common planner full year. All right, so let me actually grab the stickers out while I'm at it. There we go. Yeah, having this clear pocket is very useful. I used to always hold my stickers in here, which I still have a bunch, but having them in here, I don't have to carry that as well. And it holds, you know, a good amount of stickers that I need, so it's perfect. And I think having it around another TN notebook actually is helpful because it doesn't flap as much. It has kind of a little bit of you know, structure on something to be around. I am yet to start using my reading journal. I'm so bad. I am reading. I'm just keep reading the same book, so I haven't had a chance to update it. I am not reading as much as I would like to, but you know, I'm trying. And then here is I've been working on designing sticky notes and notepads for Halloween. Here's a trial one. I need to make it a little bit bigger. It has my little ghosts on it. They're so cute. So just put it here as for myself as a reminder to work on that. But let's have that aside. Have my stickers. Oh my god, everyone rejoice. I finally brought my block with my stamp for my tracker. Hallelujah. And here's my ink. So I'm finally actually ready to do this. After, you know, how many weeks now? All right. So months, we're still in September, so we're not gonna cross that out. Next, we're gonna go to the steps tracker. Yesterday was actually a really good day. I did about 6,200. I believe it was like 6,250. And since that's over 5,000, we're gonna highlight it. As you can see, I've been doing pretty well with having over 5. This one was kind of a busy day, so I didn't walk, but I made it up, almost made up for it yesterday, and today I still need to get my steps in. All right, let's dry it out a little bit. All right, next one is my habit tracker. So you guys haven't seen it yet, but basically this is how it looks like now. So instead of doing small wiggles or like a square ones, I decided to do a dot marker, and I really like it. Unfortunately, I couldn't find one that was in this color. I did have a brown one, but it was way too juicy. I think I tested it here in the back. Let me see. And when I did it, yeah, these right here, see, this is on this side, and when I flipped it to the other side, that brown, like, I don't know if you can see it, it leaked straight through. There was also a hoo-hoo, and I was like, well, I guess it's not gonna be that color. And I knew that the golden one, because it's metallic, sorry for the noise, metallic colors don't bleed as much because they, due to their nature, end up staying on the top of paper. So I just got the golden one, so I knew it wasn't exactly the match of the color, but you know, what do you do? And so it's this one. This is Ohuhu. This is actually supposed to be a journaling pen, so they're not supposed to leak, but you know, it is what it is. You have a sharp tip here, and then you have a dot here, so kind of like the zig dot marker. I figured I already have these, so I'm just gonna use that. And so what I was been doing is just putting dot in every square, and I think it looks very cute, so that's what I've been doing. So yesterday I actually met every habit. 1, 2, 4, 6. This one looks like when I was stamping I didn't do them, even so it kind of spilled out. It should be like 1 over, but it's all right. Okay, and then make sure that this dries. For the last quarter of the year, when I will be in here, now I need to figure out what colors I want to use. Maybe something in blue, because I don't know, in my mind, holidays, even though for some holidays will get associated with like red and green, right, for Christmas. But for me, because it's winter is snow has blue hues. So to me, it's more like on the blue side. So maybe for the last quarter, I'll switch my mild liner to the gray one that I have, so it's more kind of closer to the blue family. And then maybe my inks are gonna switch to blue, and then I found the dot one that's also blue here. I don't think it's gonna be a hoo-hoo because I don't believe I had metallic blue in there. It's a whole set. It has a variety of colors and like maybe 4 or 5 metallics, but I don't remember if I have a blue one. But anyway, I'll figure it out when I get there. I still have obviously 2 more weeks to go of September of this quarter. All right, so I think we're good. Yeah. So now we can go to the actual week, and I am, where's the week I'm in? So this is the week I'm in now. As you can see, last week my stamping didn't go so well and I had to stamp again, and now it looks like seeing double vision. We'll hope that this coming week I'll stamp and it's going to be nice and neat, but until then, let's make sure that I have everything here. Okay, so I did all of these, I checked these out. Yesterday was Saturday. I know I was supposed to actually record this video yesterday. I ended up working for my work, so I didn't. So I'm recording today, so I'm actually behind, but because I still have to edit and put it up, so it will be later tonight. But I am recording the video, so I'm putting check, and I did test the code yesterday, so that's done. Also, my diet, I completed my 11-day cycle, and with great success I lost some weight. I'm very excited, so I am back on the next cycle. So let me put day 1, and this one was done, and today is day 2, and we're still going on. And that's it. And then on here I can check record video because I'm recording it, and then I will be doing that. I did writing, I was actually editing, and training I haven't done yet, and I did buy gift, and actually groceries are all done. So all of these were bought yesterday. And as far as the habits, as I said yesterday, I checked every single one. And these are the same ones as I track on the quarterly one. And for today is still early in the day, so I only done vitamin D and turmeric, and obviously all of that is still to be done. So that's for this week. Now we can start planning next week. So for next week, I'm gonna highlight the dates, I'm gonna write in my to-dos, and I'm gonna stamp my tracker. So let's do that. And actually, I was planning to change the color for September. Last time when I was planning, I only had my previous color, so I did that. But now we're gonna use this brown, more like the brown leaves. Okay, so I'm probably gonna clip this side. It misbehaves a little bit more than the other one. Plus, I'm gonna be writing here. Let me move some things out of my way because I have a lot going on over here. And now stickers want to slide down, so we're gonna put them here. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna highlight the month and then day of the week, since the dates themselves are pretty large, so I need to highlight them. There we go. I wish this one's a little bit smoother, but I think I had a sticker on this side. Yeah, that's what happened. And then over here, I'm gonna also highlight for my to-dos. My highlighting game today is just not happening, guys. And you know how it is, if you highlight one more time, then it's gonna be really dark, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it more or less even. Wow, it's even worse. Highlighting under pressure, guys. All right, so here we're gonna have to-dos. And as per usual, we're gonna record video. Edit, upload. Unfortunately, training have been on my list for like 4 weeks now, and I definitely need to take it. And then I need to write, and let's see what else we have. Okay, I think that's it from the usual stuff. My schedule, I'm gonna be at office on Monday. and work from home on Tuesday, then work from home on Wednesday, and actually I believe I have an appointment after that one also at work. I will need to check. I might have to come into the office. Oops. Wow. And then next Friday is my work from home. I get so confused because unfortunately I end up working on my days off, and so after a while I cannot remember which one was my off and which one wasn't. But what do? I don't have my whiteout, even though I looked at it this morning and I thought, should I bring it with me? And I didn't, to fix this right here, but I'll fix it later on. So now we're gonna do the stamping. As I said last week, for some reason, I just got a lot of like blanky lines that didn't fill out really well. So let's hope I can fix that today. So as I mentioned, since I'm only using this stamp and only this stamp, I just affixed it to the clear block and just left it this way rather than peeling it, putting it back into its package and peeling it, putting it back on here, because it's the only one that I use. So it's the block is right now is dedicated to the stamp. All right, now let's ink this up ever so gently. Like I want to be able to put enough ink for it to come across nice and dark and legible, but I also try not to end up with a lot of ink on the corners of the stamps where it doesn't belong, or have it like a very splotchy stamp. All right, I think I put enough, if not too much, but it's okay. All right, now I think last time sort of what I've been doing is I've been putting it towards this edge to be able to put sticker here, because if you put it in the middle then you cannot really do anything with it, with the space I mean. But I feel like when I do it on the fold here it doesn't stamp as cleanly, so I'm gonna do it on this edge today because it's more flat, and then I'm gonna put sticker here. Wish me luck. Worry guys, in about a year probably gonna finally master my stamping skills. Funny enough is that I feel like when I was doing it with the flexible backing, I had more success, because I think I could push the stamp with my finger easier, right? Because there was no block. But now because the block is there, I can only put as much pressure the block will allow, but I cannot like directly affect the stamp. Unless of course I like flip the page, but then I don't know if I'll be able to align. All right, let's see. Yeah, see, that's what I mean, like that's what I got last time. You saw I put ink on it and I pushed it really hard and I still have blank lines, versus a couple weeks ago when I literally used just a clear, like right here. Look how clean. And that's because I was doing it with my fingers, like pushing it in. So last week I double stamped it and it looked really ugly, so I'm not gonna do it today. I'm just gonna use my brown pen and just fill in what I can. I know it shouldn't be a big deal, but it bothers me a little bit to have this kind of skipping in here. And I'm probably gonna use this as a ruler. Let's see how we do it so I don't smudge anything either. And I should get myself like a straight edge that's not this pencil board, not to ruin it. I've been actually thinking to create some journaling cards with some, you know, like positive messages, and then they get them made on like a really good cardstock, and then this way they can serve as also the straight edge. All right, and then these little lines here. Okay, that was completely just not straight. My goodness. I think I can probably do them straight or just freehand. Wow, this is a complete disaster, guys. All right, I think it's close enough before I make it even worse. Okay, so now let's write in what we're tracking here. So first of all, days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we'll have water, walk, sleep, vitamin D, omega, and turmeric. There we go, 4 cups, 5K in 7 hours. Still working on that 5K. I think maybe next week, definitely in October, I'm gonna up it to 6K, and that's steps, not miles. And then we're gonna go up from there. All right, so I think I got everything here as far as the writing is concerned. And now let's adorn it a little bit. So today I actually brought my Dark Academy, so I'm sorry, Dark Academia. So this is the set from Notebook Therapy. Really beautiful. I have their Light Academia, I have their Dark Academia. So these stickers here are from Light Academia. The dark one is obviously, you can see on the darker side. I think it's so cool and moody. And their sets come with the washi tape, but then also with some stickers. So these are really cute, so I might put like this rose here. And I don't know if I'm gonna put any of these. These are actually kind of cute too, like especially if you have a to-do list and you want to pretend that like it's affixed by a washi, and you just put that sticker on the top. It looks very cute. So let's put this rose. Right there. See, this way this space here is not wasted, and it's like can be adorned. And then I've been putting stuff here and here, but then I'm afraid that it's gonna cause a bump because it's always on the same side. So I might put maybe somewhere else, maybe like here. Go. And I try to keep the space empty for the most part, so I have writing space. And then once the week is over, like for example this week is pretty much over, and I have as you can see, I put sticker here, put like a little key, ladder here, good morning, reading is a magic getaway. But right now I have all this space is empty, so I can put something here because now I don't need any more space to use in this week, so I can fill it out. So maybe should I put one of these Greek statues here? I've been trying my best to use up all my stickers. I have so many, and actually I have more coming from the washi tape shop. They are so cute. They're very fall, fall themed, and so I'm looking forward to using them the rest of September and October, and maybe even to November too, since November is fall months. And then let's see, is it like too much brown? What else is here? Maybe we can use some of these like that. I like brown and sepia stickers no matter what month of the year it is, to be honest with you. I think they're just so calming. I don't know, just the color scheme that I really like sepia browns. All right, so look, that looks cute now, right? With the stickers filled in, all of this is filled out, and then at the end of the day I'm gonna fill out the rest, habits for today. And I'm gonna check off my diet, and then for this week we have the schedule filled in, the beginning of to-do is filled in, couple stickers. I do want to put a little bit more. Let's see what we have here in this Dark Academia. So there are these moons. They're not necessarily brown, but they are really cool. We are, I think we're like, what are we, midway somewhat? So it's probably gonna be, I don't know which one, probably this one. Might as well start from the start. So these are cool. As you can see, they're just a bunch of stickers that are overlapping each other. So it's almost like a tape made out of stickers, and then you just peel them as you go. And we're gonna put it right here. I love Moon. Moon is so cool and mysterious. So we have that. Let's see what else we have here. I'm actually trying to get to this dark green. Let's see how it's designed. Oh, this is nice. This is really cool. It has like coffee and books and quotes. Oh, this is really pretty. I'm definitely gonna put it here once the week is over. I'm just afraid if I'm gonna put it here and then I need to write, I will like obstruct a bunch of space. Or should I just put it here? You know what, in the worst case I can always use like a sticky note. There is also a note here, but if I cut them, see, I think I can fit both of them, but then I'm gonna have to cut off this coffee cup, and I like how it ends right here with this thing. That's gonna be like a bit too much. All right, I will let it be, and I will put it on in the end of next week if I have space left. I think this is a good start. And maybe, I don't know, I still feel like maybe something here, something small here. Let's see. Let's look at this little sticker sheet. This looks like it has small stickers on it. Or all of these are all from Notebook Therapy. These notes I think can fit. These all look pretty large. I can definitely use this one and put it on a Saturday night, kind of like bleeding into Sunday. There we go. It's the little tiny things, you know. I'm just haphazardly placing stickers over here. That's gonna like go over everything. Okay, here it is then. All right, I think that's good. I have kind of like a little bit of a balance of left to right. And I use some stickers from different collections. My tracker survived the stamping. I think that's good. Perfect. And then I'm gonna journal a little bit for today using my Jinhao clickable. And then this week is filled out as much as it can be. Good. I think we are well prepared for next week with a little kitty cat clip here and my trusty pens. So as you saw, this is the one that I use for this part, for the planning side, with just having this one highlighter. And then I have the dot marker for my habits, and the stamp that I use once a week to stamp my tracker. And I like that it's a stamp because it doesn't bulk up my pages. I can have it pretty much in the same spot every week, but it doesn't create any hump because it's flat, it's a stamp. All right, I think we are good for next week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, taking a look at my favorite pens and my favorite inks, and also doing a little bit of the planning for the next week. And if you like these kind of videos, please like, please subscribe. In the comments down below, let me know what are your favorite fountain pens, if you use any, what are your favorite inks and ink colors, and what is your color scheme in the month of September. Are you going to change in October? And otherwise, I will see you in the next video, and until then, you take care.